How does supply affect Lego investing? I'm going to answer that question here, right now in episode 3 of Lego Investing for Beginners. You ready? Let's go. Friends, welcome back to episode 3 of Lego Investing for Beginners. I'm not sure if you've checked out the previous 2 iterations of this series, but you can do so by clicking the exclamation point in the top corner right there. You can check out episodes 1 and 2. This is episode 3. And really the design of this series is to help you fund your Lego hobby through Lego investing. It's giving some basic tips, the things that I've learned over the last 8 years of Lego investing to help you learn the ins and outs of Lego investing yourself. So today in episode 3, we are talking about supply. Of course, any sort of basic economics rides on supply and demand. Those are the 2 factors that affect everything, whether it's chicken in the grocery store to Lego investing. Supply and demand is one of the most crucial factors to determining whether or not a Lego set is going to be good for investing. But I'm assuming you have a basic knowledge of economics and are interested in how that affects specific Lego sets and whether or not they are going to be good investments long term. So we're going to dive into a few different topics today when it comes to supply levels for Lego sets and how that affects investing. The first topic that we are going to address today is limited retail availability for particular Lego sets. So what exactly is limited retail availability? When I use that phrase, here's what I mean. I mean a particular Lego set that's only available at a specific retailer. So for example, there is a set, you know what, why don't I just grab it? This set right here is set 76188. This is the classic TV series Batmobile. I've talked about it a ton. It was originally on my top 10 list of retiring sets for 2022. This set was only available at Lego.com, Lego stores, Walmart.com, and Walmart stores. So the limited retail availability was that you could not buy this at Target, Barnes & Noble, Scheels, any other retailer besides Lego and Walmart. And the reason I think that limited retail availability drastically helps a set's appreciation long-term for investing is because it limits the supply that's going to be available on the secondary market post-retirement. Because you're not going to be able to pick this up at a variety of different retailers, it is going to limit the amount of supply that not only collectors have their chance to get a hand on, but investors have their chance to get a hand on. I think this set actually has a pretty strong supply out there because Walmart is a pretty large retailer. Almost every major town over the population of 20,000 has a Walmart store in it. And every single Walmart store, if I'm correct, at some point carried this particular Lego set. So that means there's plenty of supply out there, but it doesn't mean that people were able to pick it up at Target, Kohl's, or any other retailer outside of Walmart and Lego.com. So I think overall that helped reduce availability, and I think this set, because it is exclusive, has a couple exclusive minifigures, is really collectible, is from the Batman theme, has a lot of things going for it, which is going to help its investing potential long term. So why don't we go ahead and look at another example. This set right here is the Attack on the Burrow, another set that I've talked about that's on my top 10 retiring Lego sets for 2022. It's possible, depending on when you're watching this video, this is in stock for shipping on Target.com. So if you have a chance to pick one up, I probably would, because this is a Target retail exclusive here in the US. You can only pick this set up on Target.com, Target stores, Lego.com, and in Lego stores. I think it's almost sold out at Target across the board. Some stores still have some straggling inventory, and depending on when you're watching this video, you might be able to pick it up on Target.com still, but it is darn close to retiring, and the stock is finally drying up. So this set I think does really great for investing because it has a ton of minifigures. A few of them are exclusive. It has retail limited availability, and I think post-retirement, again, that'll help reduce the supply that's available on the market long term. So if you have high demand, low supply, classic and basic economics, that set really has the potential to do well long term for investing. So does that mean every single set that has limited retail availability is a good set to invest in? No. I am encouraging you to check out episodes 1 and 2 of this series because there are a ton of factors outside of limited retail availability that are really important to Lego investing, but that is one factor that does help often reduce the supply on the secondary market for resellers and investors post-retirement. So it's one factor to consider. It's not the ultimate factor, but it is one factor that I think really does help improve a particular Lego set's potential for investing. So the second factor we need to talk about when it comes to supply of specific Lego sets is shelf life. How long is that Lego set available on the shelf? So here's an example that I'm going to show you. This right here is the Elvis Presley art set. I believe at the time I'm shooting this video is still available for shipping on barnesandnoble.com and in a bunch of Barnes & Noble stores. This set has a couple things going for it. It is a Barnes & Noble exclusive, which is pretty rare. There aren't many Barnes & Noble exclusive Lego sets. This is one of the first. This set has also been on the market for less than a year. I think it was released January 1st of 2022, so I guess at the time I'm shooting this video, it has effectively been on the market for more than a year. But I think it's sold out on Lego.com, it's sold out in Lego stores, and it's supposed to be retired here at the end of 2022, now into 2023. You can still pick it up. This is one of the shorter shelf lives for a Lego set. Most Lego sets actually exist on the market anywhere from 1.5 to 2 years. If you're able to get your hands on a set that has a market that lasts for under a year, typically that helps for the investment long term. Now, I need to give you a caveat before you go buying a bunch of sets that are retiring for less than a year. I think there's a reason that Lego retired this Lego set early, I guess. I think the retirement date was actually moved up for this Lego set. I would imagine the demand is a little bit low for that Lego set. Lego is smart. They're an incredibly successful company. They probably regularly track the sales of their specific Lego sets. And if a set like that is not selling well, they're going to say, all right, it doesn't look like there's a ton of demand for this Lego set. Let's take it off the market and retire that set early, which is the story that we're having with the Elvis Art Lego set. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a great Lego investment, because that means the demand is significantly low. Sure, the supply for that Lego set on the secondary market might be ridiculously low, but it's also going to meet the demand. If the demand is low and the supply is low, that does not necessarily make for a great Lego investment. For that set specifically, I actually hope that Lego set does really good long term. I have 3 of them, and I really think some of these art sets that are flying under the radar have the potential for a good Lego investment, because that set was not only a Barnes & Noble exclusive, had limited retail availability, and is going to be on the shelf for less than a year. I think that set could have potential investment. If you're able to pick one up on barnesandnoble.com, you might want to. Could, by next Christmas, get up to the $180 or $190 mark. $70 of appreciation would be pretty impressive for a Lego set like that. So there's an example of limited shelf life. Let me show you one other example. This right here is the Hidden Side Mystery Castle. This set was released, I think, July of 2019 or 2020. Someone can check brickset.com to confirm for me. But this set was released in the middle of the year, and it was during that same year that Lego announced that they were discontinuing the Hidden Side line completely. I knew, because this set was a castle, I was like, this is going to be a definite winner for investing long term. I bought up as many as I could. I think at some point I ended up with about 10 of them. The MSRP on this specific Lego set was $100. It was available at a ton of retailers, but it had only been on the market for like 2 months. They make the announcement that they're going to discontinue it at the end of the year. So I think ultimately, after the set, I think disappeared stock by Black Friday. It was really only on the market for 4 months. Now, Hidden Side line was not popular. The box art was poorly done. It wasn't very clear. It had augmented reality with your phone, which is, I think it's going to be quickly dated technology. But so the Hidden Side line, it just wasn't very popular. They ended up discontinuing it. But this set's a castle, had some unique pieces. I'm like, I'm definitely going to buy these. I think on the secondary market right now, this set is worth anywhere from $220 to $250. The initial post-retirement jump had gotten up to like $275 and $300. So it's actually come back down, surprisingly, because I don't think there's a ton of Hidden Side collectors out there. But this set right now, an amazing investment for my original $100 buy-in for the 10 that I bought. I only have 2 of them left and sold most of them anywhere from $275 to $300. So this is an example of a highly desirable set in a really great price point that was on the market for under 4 months. It's a pretty rare example that something like that happens, but I had the foresight to think, okay, limited shelf life, and that's like the shortest shelf life of any set that I've really ever heard of that had mass distribution. Of course, there's exclusives, which we're going to talk about here in a second. But for a mass-produced Lego set, this one had one of the shortest shelf lives of all time and has already appreciated to 100 and 150% in value. Hey there, if you are enjoying this video, do me a favor and give me a like below, not just because I'm trying to stack likes on my video, but what it does help me do is it helps me understand which type of content you as a Lego collector and Lego investor appreciate. So if you like content like this, I will continue the series. If I don't get a ton of likes, I may stop the series quicker. So any of my videos that you enjoy, make sure you do me a favor and just leave me a like. It's easy and it helps. It's really one of my only ways to help understand engagement with you on the type of content you want me to produce. Again, if you have any questions about Lego investing, I love to engage and answer questions in the comments below. It also gives me ideas for future videos, things that you want to know about when it comes to Lego investing and Lego collecting. So like, comment, subscribe, engage with my channel. I love hearing your questions and I love engaging with you as a Lego investor and Lego collector. Let's waste no more time. Let's get back to the video. And the third and final example that I want to talk to when it comes to Lego supply post-retirement is limited release Lego sets. There are several Lego sets that fit into this category of limited release. The first example is San Diego Comic-Con Lego sets and Lego minifigures. This is a pretty extreme example, but it is something to note that if you're able to pick up sets from San Diego Comic-Con or minifigures from San Diego Comic-Con, 99 times out of 100, those Lego sets are going to do crazy well on the secondary market. One, because you have to be in San Diego at Comic-Con and there is limited amounts produced. So the supply for these particular minifigures and these sets is extremely low. Like, they're extremely difficult to find, they're extremely difficult to get your hands on, and collectors want to have them as part of their collection. So what do? They jack up the prices on eBay, they sell them at exorbitant amounts, and they usually end up selling them for those prices because collectors are crazy in the Lego minifigure collecting and Lego set collecting world. So that's an example, again, for Lego investing. Not necessarily something that all of us are going to be able to get our hands on unless we're taking a flight from, for me, Kansas City all the way to San Diego to buy a particular Lego set. That's one example. Obviously, it's a limited example because it's not something we all have access to as Lego investors, but it definitely is limited release. There is one unique thing that did happen in the year 2020, and that was Lego releasing the San Diego Comic-Con sets to retailers nationwide. This one, I believe, was a Walmart exclusive San Diego Comic-Con set. This is an example where not all limited release Lego sets are good for investing. This set has performed terribly. It's like terrible. There was so much inventory. I think it was $20 MSRP and I picked up like 6 of them. And I think right now on the secondary market, it's worth like 30 bucks. It is appreciated horribly. It is not worth it. I'm so mad with the few that I have. So again, limited release is not always the case. It existed on the market for maybe 4 or 5 months on Walmart.com. Every other Lego set that was a San Diego Comic-Con during that time, which was the Taskmaster's Ambush, and I believe, maybe it was the Bespin Duel. No, it wasn't the Bespin Duel. It was the Nebulon B Frigate, which you can see right now. The Nebulon B Frigate and the Taskmaster's Ambush, and I think the Bespin Duel, someone's going to have to correct me in the comments below, was a limited release to Target for the Star Wars Celebration. So those 4 Lego sets did have nationwide reach via Target.com and Target stores, or Walmart.com and Walmart stores. And those 3 really have done well on the secondary market. The Wonder Woman set has performed extremely poorly. One, because I think there was too many that were created, and I don't think they're as high in demand as Star Wars sets that had some of the exclusive scenes and the exclusive minifigures. So those are a few examples of limited release, and I'll give you one more example. This right here is the blue Fiat 500. It was a colorway that was released from the original yellow Fiat 500. This one's part of my personal collection, so you can see that I've opened the box. But I have this set built on display. This, I think, was limited to the UK only. I was able to pick it up on Zavvi.com that was able to ship it to the US. But this set I think only was like out for a month or two before it completely sold out. From what I understand, Lego was testing the market on different color schemes for specific Lego sets, and they started with the Fiat 500. This one came in the original bright yellow. This is also baby blue. And as far as investing goes, although this set is worth probably twice what I paid for it, I paid $90 for it, and I think it's trending at anywhere from 170 to 180 on the secondary market. Because the supply is so low for that one in bright blue, I am surprised it hasn't appreciated to like $250 and $300. When I bought the one that I was able to get my hands on, I'm like, this thing's going to be the rarest Lego set of all time, and it just really hasn't been. So that's one example that didn't produce as well as I thought, and I thought maybe it would appreciate to 3 and 4 times value in a couple years, and it just hasn't. So that's a reason that I don't think that Lego has done this again, where they made a Lego set and then they changed the color scheme and tried to re-release that set. They might do it again in the future, but I haven't seen it since, and it doesn't look like the demand met the supply that was produced for that specific Lego set. So there you go. You've got limited retail availability, reduces the supply. You've got shelf life, and you've got limited release. Those are 3 factors that directly affect the supply of a specific Lego set and can ultimately help that Lego set for investing long term. Again, I've already said it once already, this is not the one factor that you should consider when it comes to Lego investing. You should explore a variety of different factors, several of which I talk about in episodes 1 and 2. I would encourage you to start in episode 1, and I hope to continue to compound on this series to help you as a Lego collector and Lego investor fund your Lego building hobby through Lego investing. And I appreciate you guys checking out episode 3 of Lego Investing for Beginners. I hope this helps. As always, engage in the comments below. Let me know if you have any other questions about Lego investing, other topics I should be talking about, and other questions that I can help you answer to help you as a Lego collector fund your building hobby through Lego investing. As always, y'all, it's Jake from Jake's Bricks signing off. We'll see you guys.